Today, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to start freelancing on Fiverr step by step, the same way I wish someone showed me the first time I opened this platform. Because Fiverr can be confusing when you're brand new. You hear people say just make a gig, but no one actually explains what the page means, how the algorithm works, or how you actually get found by buyers. So in this video, I'm going to break it down clearly. How to create your Fiverr account, how to set up your first gig, how to understand the analytics pages Fiverr gives you, how freelancers actually get jobs on Fiverr, and how to use Fiverr's built-in tools to get your first real order faster. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is click the link in the description and it'll bring you to this homepage. When you first arrive on Fiverr, you'll see a Become a Seller button. Now, this is the start of your seller journey. Once you choose to sign up as a freelancer, Fiverr brings you into a clean onboarding flow that guides you through each essential step. Fiverr makes the setup simple on purpose. New sellers often get overwhelmed on platforms like Upwork, where you're immediately forced into resume-style profiles. Fiverr instead walks you through creating a service, pricing it, describing it, and preparing it to go live. This structure is meant for beginners. Fiverr wants you to learn the marketplace by building your first gig, not by figuring out the complex back end of freelance work. Click Become a Seller, and once your profile is created and your basic details are set, the real work begins, building the gig that will attract buyers. Understanding what Fiverr actually is. Before you even start building your gig, it's important to understand the foundation of this platform. Fiverr is not a job board. You do not apply to jobs. You do not send proposals. Fiverr is a marketplace. Buyers come here to shop for services exactly the way they shop on Amazon or Etsy. This means your gig is your storefront. The better it looks, the clearer the title, the stronger the gallery, the more likely you are to be chosen. Everything you build on this platform revolves around visibility. Before we dive into the full setup, click the link below to open Fiverr in a new tab. Once you're in the seller dashboard, hit create a new gig and you'll get a quick preview of the full gig building workflow, the title page, category, selection, pricing layout, and gallery upload steps. Don't fill anything out yet. The goal is just to see how Fiverr structures the process so everything I explain makes sense. This walkthrough gets you comfortable with the layout and it helps you understand how each page connects to visibility, ranking, and getting found by buyers. When you create your first gig, the first page will ask for your gig title, category, and search tags. So this is not just a form, this is Fiverr's search engine. Your title tells Fiverr what your service is for, who it's for, and which buyers should see it. If your title is vague, Fiverr won't know which audience to show your gig to. If your keywords don't match real buyer search terms, your visibility will stay low. And this is why the title must be clear, keyword driven, and specific. For example, a title like "I will create short form videos for brands" performs far better than "I make content" because one is searchable and one is visible. Fiverr's algorithm depends heavily on the title and tags to categorize your gig. So let's fill in the rest out. For the category, let's say I make UGC videos. So UGC stands for user generated content. So I can say I will create UGC short form videos for brands. Then for the category, I am going to do video and animation since I am creating a video. Now for the subcategory, it can be video editing. Maybe you do ads and commercials, animated GIFs. So for this one, I will put UGC videos. So for the service type, you can do AI UGC or you can do human UGC. So I'm going to click human UGC. Then for the creator, you can select specific creator type. So I'm going to put female, then the age range, and so on. Now, when we're talking about keywords, this is how people and clients find you. So again, Fiverr's algorithm depends heavily on your title and your tag. So since I am doing user-generated content, I could do user-generated content, click enter. So that is one tag. I could do TikTok Reels. I could do UGC videos, skincare videos, and just add as many tags so that you are searchable and visible. Next, Fiverr has you structure your pricing into 3 tiers. So we can see there's basic, standard, and premium. Now, this design is intentional. It teaches beginners how to upsell without needing advanced sales skills. Each tier adds more value, more deliverables, more time, and more features. So this allows you to serve both small and large budgets, and it increases your earnings without requiring more clients. For example, a $25 basic service can turn into a $75 order through higher tiers and extras, and this is how most freelancers grow their income. So let's look into this closely because I created an example. So maybe we are doing 3 high quality videos, but that will most likely be a user generated content for a premium. Maybe we can do one 15-second video. Awesome. And so for the basic, you can mention for this 15-second video, it's showcasing the product. You can be putting on the product on yourself, using the product, whatever. And then for the days of delivery, you could do like 2 days. So that's for the basic plan. And how many videos? 1, because you're doing one 15-second video. So number of versions, this is when you send in a draft. So let's say I completed this 15-second video. I sent it over to the client that requested the video. They could say, hey, Erin, I actually want the intro to be a lot shorter. So now you're going to send them a revision of that introduction becoming shorter. So for number of revisions, be strategic about it. Maybe for the basic plan, put 1. And for the premium version, because they are paying more, you could offer 3 total revisions, 1 per video, or however many you see fit. You can also add extra services. So this is basically turning that $25 service into a $75 order through higher tiers. So how you can do that is you could do an additional video, running time, an additional version, a content ideation, script writing, filming, subtitles, additional revision, thumbnails, color grading. So for fast delivery, we could say for basic, I could do in 3 days for an extra $100. Ideally, that is realistically the shorter amount of days will be more money. So for color grading, you could charge them an extra $10. And let's say they shoot with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in D-Log. You could download the free D-Log filter on the website and you can charge them extra, but do it for free. So for gig description, so now you are gonna briefly describe your gig. So I put down, do you need UGC content that feels real, builds trust, and actually gets people to buy? I create XYZ, an on-camera personality with a clean, relatable style. I specialize in videos that look organic and not salesy. Then I introduce myself saying, hi, I'm Erin, a UGC creator. Then talk a little bit more about my personality and how I specialize in looking organic and not salesy, which is a good selling point, and how I use strong hooks and storytelling to increase watch time and conversions. I also do a brief description on what I create, whether that's unboxings and first impressions, talking testimonials, lifestyle content, restaurant, beauty, skincare, wellness, things like that. So what you'll get is a high quality UGC video, ad ready editing, royalty free music, 1 revision included, captions and text overlays are optional. Again, you can add that to the upsell portion so you can get an additional profit from doing that. And at the very end, I do a quick CTA saying, let's bring your product to life. I love to work together. You can also offer a milestone workflow. So this attracts buyers by turning your gig into a series of milestones. They will know exactly what to expect and you'll get paid when each milestone is complete. Next up is gig requirements. Now this page allows you to ask buyers for everything you need before you even start working. This prevents back and forth messages and saves hours of time. Missing instructions and vague orders are the main cause of cancellations. So Fiverr built this page to protect you from that. By requiring brand information, examples, references, or scripts up front, your workflow becomes faster and cleaner. So for this question, what you can ask is providing example videos of how they would like a product shot. Maybe it's a script or some keywords from their business that they really want to highlight. Next up is the gig gallery. The visual gallery is the first thing buyers are going to look at. Before they even read your description, they're going to judge your thumbnail, your samples, and your preview preview video. So this is where that trust begins. If your gallery is strong, your gig will convert better. A strong gallery also ranks higher because Fiverr prioritizes gigs with better performance metrics, and conversion rate is one of the biggest ones. Now, this is why many beginners with strong visuals get orders quickly, even without reviews. Before your gig can even go live, Fiverr asks you to confirm your tax status. This protects you and the buyer, and it ensures payments are processed correctly. Once this is complete, your gig is officially live on the market. Here's what most beginners don't understand. You don't find jobs, Fiverr brings jobs to you. Now, this is where the analytics page comes in. When you open your analytics overview, you're gonna see 5 core metrics: impressions, clicks, orders, completion rate, and conversion rate. Each one tells you something very specific. Impressions: are your buyers seeing your gig? Clicks: are buyers interested enough to click? Orders: are they convinced enough to purchase? If impressions are low, it's a title or keyword issue. If clicks are low, it's a thumbnail or gallery issue. If your orders are low, it's a description or pricing issue. Fiverr created this page to act like your business coach so that every metric points to exactly where your gig needs improvement. When you scroll down, Fiverr shows you which countries your traffic is coming from. When this map is empty, it means Fiverr hasn't categorized your gig strongly enough to display it to a global audience. When it starts to fill, you know your discoverability is improving. Now, this is how you track whether your gig is gaining traction. The repeat business page shows how many buyers came back. This metric is extremely important because Fiverr heavily rewards freelancers who build long-term relationships. Repeat buyers increase your ranking, widen your visibility, and improve your algorithm score. Fiverr automatically pushes reliable sellers higher in search results, and repeat business is the biggest trust signal. This page reveals which keywords buyers use most often in your category. This is your roadmap for gig optimization. If your title isn't using the top keywords in your category, you're limiting your visibility. And this is why beginners often struggle. They write titles based on how they describe their service instead of using the vocabulary buyers use. And keyword research solves that instantly. So Fiverr's Kickstart program gives beginner sellers feedback on their gig titles, their descriptions, and visuals. It also provides AI suggestions and buyer behavior insights. Think of it as Fiverr showing you what works and what doesn't based off of millions of buyer interactions. If something in your gig setup is hurting your visibility, this section tells you directly. How to get your first order faster. Fiverr is built to help beginners win, but only if you understand what the platform is actually measuring and rewarding. It is not just make a gig and hope. There is a simple system behind it. Here is the formula again. Strong title means higher impressions. Strong visuals mean higher clicks. A clear description means higher conversion. Good delivery means higher ranking. Now let's break down what that really means. A strong title leads to higher impressions. Impressions is just Fiverr's word for how many times your gig is shown to potential buyers in search results or on category pages. Fiverr looks at your title and tag to decide what you do, who you do it for, which searches your gig should appear if your title uses clear specific keywords that match what buyers are actually typing in. Fiverr has an easier time putting you in front of the right people. If your title is vague or generic, Fiverr doesn't know where to place you, so your impressions stay low. So when you improve your title, you're not just making it sound nicer. You are literally telling the algorithm, here's where I belong, show me to those buyers. Strong visuals lead to higher clicks. A click is when someone sees your gig in search and actually chooses to open it. Buyers scroll fast. They don't read every title. They react to your thumbnail, your preview image, and any video in your gallery. If your visuals look clean, professional, and relevant to what they're searching for, they're far more likely to click. If your visuals look random, cluttered, or low quality, they're gonna skip you, even if your skills are good. Your visuals are what make a buyer scrolling. A clear description leads to higher conversion. Conversion is the percentage of people who click on your gig and then decide to place an order. Once someone clicks, they're already somewhat interested. Now they're just asking, do I understand what I'm getting? Does this person seem organized and reliable? Is this worth the price? Clear description answers those questions directly. It lays out what you do, what they receive, how long it takes, and what makes you different without sounding confusing or overly technical. If buyers feel uncertain, they leave. If they feel clear and confident, they buy. Good delivery leads to higher ranking. Ranking is where your gig appears in search results compared to other sellers. Fiverr doesn't just care about how you set up your gig, they care about how you deliver. The platform tracks things like on-time delivery, order completion rate, revisions and cancellation, private and public reviews, how often buyers come back, when you deliver on time, follow instructions, communicate clearly, and leave buyers happy. Fiverr starts to see you as a safe recommendation. The algorithm then pushes you higher in search and recommends you more often, which brings more impressions, clicks, and orders. You don't need connections, you don't need proposals or a huge portfolio. What you really need is to set up your gig in the way that the platform understands. Then use your analytics as your feedback. Those numbers are not just stats, they are signals. Low impressions, fix your title and tag. Low clicks, improve your thumbnail and gallery. Low orders, refine your description and pricing. When you start thinking this way, Fiverr stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling like a system you can learn, tweak, and eventually master. That's everything you need to confidently start freelancing on Fiverr, from creating your account to understanding how the platform actually works to setting up a gig that the algorithm knows how to rank and buyers actually want to purchase. You learned how to structure your title, pricing, requirements, and gallery the right way, how to read your analytics so you know exactly what is working, and how Fiverr's system brings traffic to you once your gig is set up correctly. Fiverr is not random, it's a predictable system, and when you understand it, you can grow inside it. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery, and I'll see you in the next one.